I give thanks to God first right off the bat. I gave thanks to all His angels. Yes, I'm talking about all His angels who are spiritually from heaven, the supernatural entity, usually humanoid with bird-like wings, offend carrying a message from God. These watcher who watch over us each every day. Please give me your time for Lord. I'm going to tell you a short story, just how this all happened, and how these Earthlings dropped out of deep space, out of a massive warp drive engine, in which these Earthlings seen a bright star in the outer solar system, and the group called Watch the Earthling daily. You can call them the Smithsonians the Aliens for thousands of years ahead from deep space. Their starship was the type of ship that could see anything way out in deep space. Any way out in deep space that no one else seen way up in heaven with their own eyes. But now come the hard-working Earthling after years of trial and error, trying make a better life for their self. These ancient aliens could be called Earthling too, but they was from the further. Because of the bright star that lit up heaven, the angels had no choice but check out what happened in our solar system. Deep in the heavenly sky, they all came back see a child that born that day who was lying in manger. On that day, a child was born, a baby boy, named Jesus, who was placed in a manger. This story isn't just a historical detail, nor was he some type of holiday decoration. He was a symbol of humility, consent, struggle about life on earth, and how human live. This here was the spark that started humans looking towards the night sky, dreaming about going places way out in distant space. This is reason why so many Earthling was following bright midnight star in night sky. Just like the three magi, wise men. In the Holy Book was told by Matthews in the Gospel, who visited the baby boy called Jesus. They was guided by the star from the east, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, symbolizing his kingship, divinity, and eventual suffering. While the Bible doesn't state their number, tradition settled on 3 due to the 3 gifts, naming them Balthazar, Casper, and Melchior, possibly rich kings who came around his birth on Christmas Day. Just by following a Star of David from deep space, these Earthling come home to see this child. On that day, the Creator spoke name into existence with one breath from his mouth. Jesus became part of his own creation. The all-power and sovereign of the world come under his control. From God, because he was just a helpless child at time, he yet to have any self-control or ability at all, completely dependent on earthly beings. This act was submission in its purest form. While submission may seem like weakness in any culture, the message is still the same. Why the manger reveals its self with true strength. Philippians 2:6-11 captures this beautifully. Though Jesus was working for God, he did not cling to his divine privileges. Instead, he emptied himself and took the form of a servant, ultimately humbling himself to die on a cross. Because of him, these Earthling souls move really fast, always dreaming of going places like other outer planets. Before he was born, they never ever dreaming of life off-planet. Until a child named Jesus was born, how this story truly took place. Luke 2:10, King James, version 10. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. The famous good tidings of great joy Bible verse is Luke 2:10-11, where an angel appears to shepherds to announce the birth of Jesus, saying, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. This message signifies the arrival of the Messiah, bringing hope, redemption, and joy for all humanity. marking a new era of God's grace. Even the aliens was so fearful of him. By him coming from the Most High, this is what sparked mankind into following the stars. This is what made all Earthling moved to even more faster into the solar system outer worlds. Just by faith along made the spark towards a new way of thinking how to design an engine into warp drive that collaborate earthly to move off planet really fast. This have synergistically helped make the move happen in seconds, with warp light speed engine far away from Earth, faster than light speed. Only to find alien species that really want to meet these new species who live on the death world. However, to them, it really looked like Earthling just might think they could death world threat to their lifestyle. A planet in which could hold a lot of wealth inside of its core as planet. A place that a whole lot of its animals can kill you as fast as humanly possible without thought. A place that shows no remorse to its humans. Earth is a place in which humans is know of running for days after animals for food in order just to live. For humans is the hardest thing is leave Earth, the atmosphere of Earth, and arriving someplace else. I going tell you a story how Earthling who came from Earth, not much of a old planet, a place that kill you without a thought. Much of passengers was only looking for better life. So with so many more people on Earth, they had no choice but move off planet. Yes, they needed to move to outer planets, always looking for a much safer place to live on their own. Hopefully, much safer than Earth. But they have never moved to outer worlds without thinking how harder it would be, or possibly could it be more farther than any planet next to Earth in outer space. Never to think how far away Earth would be from every place in the solar system, a place much farther than any place else. Plus, you need to travel much faster at light speed in order to get there. Yes, you have travel faster than light speed. Only to find that we are not alone in the universe, but there's aliens here too. Yes, alien species that play the same game as us, but play on different rule book. And they doesn't really want to meet humans yet. These new species like Earthlings who live on the death world. However they might think this death world-like place called Earth, which could be a real threat to their lifestyle life by possibly contacting some type of virus. A planet in which holds lot of different types animals and bugs too that can kill humans without thought. A place that showed through time can be the most uninhabitable zone, a place not fit to live at as alien or as a human. A place in which humans have to run down there, catch to live. Yes, they eat most every animals they catch on Earth in order to live each and every day. For as long as humans had stared into the night sky, they believed leaving Earth was the hardest thing to happen for any faithful world like Earthling, who never through moving off planet and building, new, wonderful life someplace else. A truly wonder world, with very little tension, without being overcomplicating in order to live there. The thing to worry about, can your faster light ship hold together for a long trip? According to science, saying that faster light will break apart from too much speed. Plus, how much will it cost for distance traveling that speed? So what happens when they cross distance space between the stars, far, far beyond Earth, was not a triumph of engines alone. It was a surrender of certainty. Faster than light travel did not feel like speed. It felt like being unstitched from reality, stretched thin through darkness where time behaved like a rumor. Many never made it. Some ships returned hollow, without a soul on board. And many ships never be seen again. No one never even get chance to tell their love how to love them again. And yet, humanity, with on like the great sailors of the past, went on. Many Earthlings left their home world without truly thinking about how strange they were, how violent their planet had shaped them to be. They carried records of art, music, and philosophy, but rarely spoke of the truth, that Earth was a place where survival had once required pursuit, endurance, and blood. When they arrived in the outer worlds, they found they were not alone. The aliens had been watching. They called themselves the Smithsonians, a species older than most of their sons. They lived on gentle worlds, planets where evolution favored harmony over competition, where few creatures hunted and almost none killed for survival. To the Smithsonians, life was something that unfolded slowly, cooperatively, like a song shared among many voices. They were curious about the newcomers from the death world, as their translators rendered it. Earth. The Smithsonians welcomed the humans with light and open counsels. They wanted to know them. They wanted to understand how a species so young could cross distances even their own people had chosen not to challenge. But curiosity turned to unease. The Smithsonians learned that on Earth, most animals could kill a human without thought. That the land itself, its oceans, its storms, its diseases, was indifferent to human life. They learned that humans once survived not by waiting for food to appear, but by running animals to exhaustion, chasing prey until it collapsed, from fatigue, and then killing them with their bare hands with a very sharp stone. The aliens learned that humans were persistence hunters, a species that did not give up at all, but stayed persistent until it died, or they died trying to survive. A species forged on a planet where everything tried to kill like 47 different types, alien of crypts creatures like Bigfoot dogmen, all of which are beings that can kill in blink of an eye. Now, if these species could survive on Death World planet called Earth, then this species could endure hunger, predators, cold, heat, and still look outward with longing. What might they become elsewhere? To humans, Earth had always felt fragile. To the Smithsonians, it sounds like something that's crucible. Smithsonians wanted to embrace the Earthlings, believing that species capable of leaving such a world behind must be seeking peace. Others feared them, not because humans arrived without weapons, but are able to adapt. Humans had learned to fight gravity, disease, distance, and time itself, but not so weak of a blue dot like this planet called Earth. Not because it was easy, as have trust, a faith in God. Love for Jesus Christ has always been his #1 goal, has been trusting in God. By faith, especially while traveling at warp speed, with best technology available.